sometimes men underestimate the need for a woman to express herself without somebody solving the problem and somebody judging her.
There's some women, while they are telling you what happened, they will pause and be like, oh, I think I shouldn't have done that. They have arrived where you need them to get to, but they arrived there because you listened.
Very important when a woman asks that you listen is to validate, even if you don't agree.
Allow her go through this emotional process, and then you can have conversations. And this conversation is you mostly listening. At that point,
we deal with our issues through our emotions. It's as we feel it that we deal with it. And sometimes we need a safe space where we can feel without judgment and without someone trying to fix it.
If you're here in the building, if you're here at Batur, know that you are at Unbothered show, and all we do is have meaningful, great conversation about relationships, friendships, and marriage.
All right, my name is Chike Okonkwo, and this is a safe space, don't worry. And we won't ask you questions or put you on the spot. We just like to have honest conversations. And what we do at the Unbothered is just bring people to the consciousness of some of the conversations that people really struggle with around relationships, romantic relationships, marriages, and all of that. We are not going to put you on the spot, don't worry. Zora, my co-host, will come down and just ask one or two questions. We have two amazing guests today. And the show today is really dedicated to us talking about women. In the light of the IWD, International Women's Day, that we know we started celebrating this month, and people usually say March is the month of women. So we decided to dedicate today's conversation to talking about women and understanding women. We have a lot of men in the house today, and I'm happy because we really want to get men to be able to see women from their own standpoint and love them in the way they are created, create a safe space for them in love, and also harness the strength that they have as women. So thank you so much if you are here today. Just sit back. We have two amazing ladies who are going to be dissecting the conversations for us this evening. So my co-host is coming down, and please listen to her if she comes to you.
I mean, my suspected guests, I'm not coming to you first, so but just be ready. Of course. Hi, hello. Please. See, I'm coming to you in sweetness of my spirit. You can't say no. God, why? Okay, so I have one question, which is, what do you think what do men wish women understood the most?
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Ivan.
Hi, Ivan.
I think women should know that some men are allowed to be vulnerable, right? As well. So
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan.
Amazing response.
Actually, so I'm here at the table. The table that is expecting me.
Hi, Kevin.
I'm here for you.
We're at your table.
All right. So I'm going to ask you the same question. What's the question? What do you think, what do men wish women understood the most?
What women should understand about a man the most is understanding our hustle. At the same time, some women don't understand what we go through, but we're fighting within.
That's such a deep answer.
Very deep.
That's such a very deep. Are you sorry? No, let me ask. Are you married or you're single? Oh, hey, wait. He says he's extra single. Who is looking for an extra single man?
He said extra single.
He says he's extra single.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because the way he said it is like some women probably pulled down his hustle before. I'm so sorry. I know, I'm joking. Okay, so what about your hustle and what you deal with? Do you wish a woman would understand or cope with you better? Because sometimes you might say it's your hustle, but a woman is trying to understand, so she has questions and you're not communicating.
But now you're asking personal questions, which is fine. But at the same time, when you ask someone to do certain things and you don't know where home is, that's the difference. So a person like me, I travel a lot. There's no understanding on where home is. So it's pretty hard to get a basics. Forgive my friend.
Don't worry, go ahead.
Forgive my friend. Forgive my friend. But what I'm trying to say is like when when you're in your hustle as a man and your person that's meant to have your back doesn't understand what you're doing, it's two different things.
Oh, wow.
I like that you're clapping for him.
I like that.
I like that you guys are clapping for him. Hello, can I come to your table? Can I come, please? No, please. Don't bounce me, please. Please don't bounce me. So we're at the Unbothered show. We have a few questions. What we do is have conversations with the community here. So I have a question. It actually is safe space. It's safest space. Yeah. So the question is, my question is, what is one thing that a lot of women think they understand about themselves, but they don't? One thing that a lot of women think they understand about men, but you don't. Yes.
What is the one thing that women think they understand about men? I think it's their understanding of how passionate we are about the game football. Yeah. So the woman would never ever understand the interaction or the connection the man has with his football team. So that when we lose and we are lying down and we are quiet and they're touching us and we are not responsive.
You're not responsive.
It's not because we don't like them. It's because what is doing us.
At that time.
Yes.
At that
What
time.
is doing us at that time. It's not human. You don't understand.
It's the passion of the football.
You cannot. That's the hair. You know. So that's the one thing that a woman will never ever understand. Meanwhile, in her mind, she's thinking, I bet this guy gets side chick. For maybe side chick don't pregnant or something. No, but they just beat Man U 5-1. You don't understand.
Wow, you have to use the Red Devils. No. Whose sub is that? Please catch it.
Are you a Man U fan? It's actually sub. He doesn't like
It's somebody's sub, I know.
Oh my God. So we've had interesting answers so far.
Zara, I think I want to ask the women some questions.
All right.
Can you please come closer to the lady on the red, beautiful skirt?
Okay, I'm going there. Hello, lady on the red, beautiful skirt.
Hi,
So please tell us your name, ma.
my name is Folakumi.
Okay. So, it's Women's Day, and in the spirit of celebrating women,
Wish me happy Women's Day first.
Happy International Women's Day, Folakumi.
Thank you.
Yes. So, in this time and season, especially in this our generation, I think, do you really think that women are not being able to be understood by men? Because sometimes I hear my fellow men say, you can't understand a woman. Do you think that that's something true? Do you think that women could be understood? And if a man wants to understand a woman, do you think that's something that can be done? And maybe how?
I think that as we grow, we pay attention or take time to learn and study some certain things. But I feel like when it comes to relationships and men and women, everybody's kind of just winging it. Not many people actually take time to learn. Even me that I'm speaking, most times you just learn the person that you're with, and then you take the person that you're with and you make that person like an image of the entire gender. So I feel like if people actually do, in as much as everybody is different in their own ways, but there might be underlining things that can be categorized, right? So I do think that if we as women or men, because we're talking about men, right? If men take their time to try to understand some certain things, maybe, but you still meet different people, because me, I believe that everyone is different in their own way.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that you can attribute to like women or men. So if we do take time, but I just feel like everyone is learning as they go, based on who they are experiencing, and not necessarily on like fundamental things.
All right. Thank you so much. That's a very beautiful response. So it's safe to say that understanding people, or understanding at least how to handle a woman, is very important. Then when you get to be with somebody, they're not trying to understand the person that you are with, sorry. Okay, thank you so much for that.
Oh, you want to say something? I was about to come back to your table. But okay, I'll give you the mic.
I 100% agree with what she says.
Amazing.
And understanding. And therefore, like she said, it's women understanding men, but it's also the same that men must also understand women. It's literally the fundamentals is that understanding. And so it crosses both ways. It's women understanding men, and then men understanding women as well. Because that's the only way you'll actually communicate and you'll actually understand each other.
Amazing. All right.
Thank you for that answer. I mean, I think we're going to get into the conversations proper, right? So I need to invite my guests to this stage.
We're going to be inviting two amazing, amazing ladies. They'll be joining us today. One of them has personally blessed my life with some of her conversations. And please, please help me make welcome Mrs. Modupe Akisheye as she makes it up the stage. Thank you so much. And she's here with her amazing husband, her very, very ever supporting husband, who has also blessed my life in a very amazing way. Please jam your hands for them. Thank you. All right, all right. Everybody who has contributed questions, statements, one way or the other, I really want to say thank you. And let's sit back, enjoy the conversations, and it's really wholesome. And like we said earlier, it's a very safe space. It is not us talking to you and giving instructions. It is us just speaking, dissecting the conversation, and we also expect opinions even once we're done talking, questions, anything. So let's have a conversation. Let's welcome, I hope I don't kill this name. I've been trying to pronounce it for the longest time. Miss Joy Ijehon. Sorry. Please, sorry. I'm really so sorry. All right. We have two beautiful, amazing ladies on our stage with us today. No, you very much have blessed Zora's life because she recommended you specially as she has to come. All right. I like to allow the lady take the lead. Today, I'm just going to be listening. I'm not going to be saying so much because I really want to understand the female gender a lot more. So I will allow Zora do some of the major asking, conversing, while I just sit back and chip in once in a while.
Okay, I'm going to start from an interesting point. One of the answers that was given from the audience was someone has spoken about home. And I think with the way he said it, he spoke about when you're with someone and you still can't find home even after traveling around. And it kind of emphasizes that a woman should be, or when you're in a relationship with somebody, the next person should be home to you. So, my first question would be, Mo, how does your partner become home?
I'm going to answer that question from the safety perspective, because when you think of home, you think of a place where you are safe to be yourself. You are not threatened in any way. So I think women, from my perspective, have, I can say, like 3 basic safety needs. Emotional safety. This is when I know that I can trust you with my heart. You're not going to cheat on me. You're not going to abuse me emotionally. You're going to support me in that way. Another safety would be spiritual safety. Spiritual it can be anything for anybody, but there's a core of you that is always connected to something that is outside of our existence. And I want to know that my spirituality is important to you as yours is important to me. And I feel safe that I can trust you, that we can make spiritual decisions together, right? And then the third one is financial safety, which is a very tricky one. A lot of people don't like to know that women like to be financially safe.
We like financial safety.
And it doesn't, I don't want to reduce financial safety to money, because that is just a result, right? So financial safety more of, I know that you are chasing your dreams. I know that you are deliberate about your hustle. I know that you are committed to something bigger than yourself, and you are going for it. You are not at home just wasting your years. Yeah? So when I feel like I'm with a partner who has, sort of secured these safeties, then I'm home. That's my own 2 cents.
Joe, do you want to answer?
Yes, thank you very much for what you shared. I also think that when a man says that someone does not feel like home to them, I wonder what they would define home as. Because there are lots of words that in this generation that everybody just throws around. And if you want someone to be home to you, what is your definition of home? The man is the leader in the relationship. And if we, as Christians, the order is God, the man, then the woman. So what definition of home has he received from God? What definition of home does he expect? There was something I was sharing with someone earlier about like communication. We say that, in relationships, communication is important, but what is communication? Communication I work as an engineer, and one of the key components of communication is that we understand the language. We converse with one another in a language that we both understand. In aviation, when you speak to the pilot, he repeats back to you what you said so that he's sure that he heard you correctly, he or she heard you correctly. So when this man has a definition of home, he can communicate it to the person he's with, or she can communicate it to the person she's with, either way. And they can, from having that conversation, know whether this home that you have just explained to them, what it sounds to them as. If it's something they are able to provide, or if it's something that they require from them. Because if I require home from you in the same vein that you require from me, then I'm not sure how that will work, because it feels like I'm telling you to give me what you want to receive from me. Do you get? So I feel like understanding, first of all, as an individual, what home means to you, communicating that to your partner, ensuring that they understand what you have said, getting feedback from them. This is not a one-off. Getting feedback from them to be sure that they've weighed it in their heart enough, and then I'm sure from there we'll begin to then build the home. Because the fact that you have communicated the home does not mean it automatically arrives. It's a home. We build it together. Oh, this is what you said. One stick. This is what I understand. Another stick. This is how we arrived there. The roof. That's what I believe.
That's quite an interesting answer.
Wow.
Hi to the community members coming in. Hi.
Hi, guys. Did you hear?
Okay.
Communicate what home means to you. Hey. I'm taking notes.
So, my other question will proceed from your answer, right? Joy, how do you feel valued as a woman? What are the things that a man will do to you and with you that will make you feel valued as a woman?
I believe that the things that a man will do to make me feel valued is that he hears me. I feel like there was someone who answered one of the questions. The lady, she answered very well. She says that we stay with one person, we take the concept of what womanhood and the expectation is, and then we spread it around. But if we are fair to both men and women, men too, they're winging it. Day to day, there's no blueprint. They arrived here and we say, you are the man, lead what? She gets. So women as well, we're at that point. But I feel like I will feel valued if you hear me. There are questions that you'll be asked. I don't think that you know everything. But did you hear when I said? When I said what I said, did you hear what I said? I feel like that's what will make me feel valued. And another thing is to trust me enough to communicate the depth of what you are going through. Someone as well said something about vulnerability. To be sure that to first trust me with your vulnerability before saying that, oh, can I be safe? Can I not be safe? All those things. Trust me with your vulnerability, and I will feel valued. I'll feel like, this is my guy. This person honors me with the deepest part of them. This person has brought me to the exclusivity of their heart, and it's just sort of because you have allowed me into a place that I feel like not many people have access to. It also helps me feel valuable in our interaction.
Okay. Modupe, from your experience counseling women, right, and counseling like married couples, what are the things, very little things, because what I'm saying is because in the way Joy has answered, that's a great answer, but I still feel like some people, when they get into a relationship, then it begins to, the breaking down of some of these things begin to matter. For example, being vulnerable to a woman, right, for men take a couple of steps, and it takes getting to know the woman and trusting. And it means that she would have showed her capability to a particular point where a man can trust to be vulnerable with you. Because he's not going to open up with you just because you think that he's right. So because men kind of don't have language, have the time for their feelings, right? So in the counseling that you've done amongst couples, what are the ways that you've seen women try to communicate value to the men that they are with? Like, this is how I know that I'm in your life. This is how I know that you value me.
Okay, just to try and understand. This is how I know that you value me. So this is the woman's way of saying, I know that you value me and I appreciate it. Is that what you're asking? Okay. I think there's one thing that I know about a woman. And a woman is somebody who, if you give her 1, she has a way of making it 10. If you give her your trust, she has a way of, or if you give her resources, let's even start from the basics. If you give her resources, money, whatever, she has a way of taking little and, blowing it out. She has that creative ingenuity that comes with being feminine, And if you give her, your trust, say, oh, I trust you, I value you, you're important to me. That is one woman that her loyalty to you will be so much. Her support to you will be unbelievable. You will feel like I can take over the world because there's somebody that has your back. Now, I like to always end these things with, and I know you have a problem with this, a good woman. A good woman who sees that, this man has trusted me, he believes in me, he loves me, and he has shown that I am valuable to him. You can be on your lowest of low. You can be down on the ground. Life can be really tough, right? Life can be challenging, and you have faced all sorts of things. And you feel like this woman is going to leave me now. She's going to give up on me. She's going to turn her back on me. And that is when she will be the strongest. That is when she will protect you. That is when she will hold you. Those are times that I have seen that women have really, sometimes even to a fault, where the counselor is telling her, you should hold this man accountable. Say, no, this is my man. I will protect him. And a lot of men they've not been able to find a way to get a woman to that point. They've not done some of the things that she has said that has given the woman safety enough for her to say, you know what, I die here. I protect this person. I support this person. No matter what the journey is in their life, I will be with them. I think that's one way I've observed that, women have demonstrated that, see, because you have valued me, because you have not treated me like just something you bought and put as a furniture, I'm going to show you that I respect you, I love you, and I will protect you in my own way. I don't know if that makes sense.
I also want to come from somewhere.
Okay.
There's something you said, and it's a growing concern for me, for my fellow guys. I'm quick to express how I feel, but sometimes I can take it to the extreme. But yes, for the boys. But quite a number of men, they fear being vulnerable to a woman and it used against them. And I have a feeling that there is a problem. There's a place where that problem has come from. So how can men understand that a woman they are with will not use that whatever information they are always scared of sharing against them, and how can they get the assurance from a woman if they are with a woman?
It's a very valid fear that a man has.
Yes.
It shouldn't be taken for granted. Indeed, if you are with a woman, you can be with a woman who will actually use your weaknesses against you. So it's a valid fear. I think you should release it in doses. That is what I always advise. Release it in doses. So you try her today. Oh, a little vulnerability, a little information, and see how she reacts and observe. Sometimes it may not even be that the woman will take your information and run wild and use it against you. It's that she can't handle it. Yeah, she just cannot handle it. When I was younger in marriage, if my husband should tell me, babe, I don't know how we are going to pay rent, I cannot handle it. Parents, I don't know how you will do it. I'm panicky, I'm sweaty, I'm anxious. I'm not trying to solve the problem for him, which is not a good thing. So sometimes you have to check in doses.
Wait. You just said you're trying to solve the problem for him and it's not a good thing.
No, that's not a good thing.
You have to explain it.
I will explain it.
Yeah, there'll be questions.
Not
There'll
now.
be time for questions.
There's
There'll be
never
time.
questions,
Trust me,
just
there's a
not
lot
now.
of conversations to happen.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we're coming. We're coming. We're coming to that.
So give her in doses. And sometimes you have to journey with her as she grows to learn how to develop the muscle for your information. But give her in doses and believe in her. Even when, another very important thing is even when just because she's that woman that puts it out there or cannot handle it, doesn't mean she's a bad person. You can journey with her to grow her, which is one of the most difficult things about marriages. Helping someone to grow. Being by their side, even when they failed you, still trusting them again, going back to them again and saying, you know what, this is what you did that made me feel this way, and this is why I'm not going to be vulnerable with you again. Unless this changes, then I'll be vulnerable. Now, that thing about not helping, the truth is that men are not as, I like to say, maybe vulnerable, or as a lot of women think. Because when you see a man from afar, he sort of looks so strong. And then when you interact with him and you live with him you now begin to see his chipped parts, his nuances, his vulnerabilities, things that you're like, so this guy is actually not as strong as I thought. And the woman's nature sometimes is to jump in and save the day. Okay? Jump in and, oh, he doesn't get this, let me do this. Oh, he doesn't get... No, sometimes you have to allow him to grow. And in allowing him to grow, what grows anybody best is tough times. What grows anybody best is going through a storm. That's what grows you. So every time you feel like you need to jump, sometimes, especially in this generation, most men will let you go. And then you realize that you're just carrying everything by yourself. The truth is that trust your husband to grow through the process. Support him in that sense. And do not always feel like you need to jump in and save him or save the day. It's his journey. Allow him to express or experience his journey, the ups and the downs. The best you can do to him is to support him, to stand by him, to speak the right words into his life, every season of his life, and to believe in him. And I believe that he will go through it. Everybody goes through their own season.
Season.
Actually, that's nice.
That's so nice.
So talking about growth, right, Joy? When you're... Because I believe that not everybody grows at the same season, right? Somebody might be growing and then the other person is just there. And even men have their seasons. And women have their seasons. Now, in a season where it feels like between you and your husband, between you and your whoever it is, that you are growing more or you're a bit more exposed at certain things than him, right? Because the question I'm trying to dabble to see if I should ask you or not, is this thing that happened where now it feels like every woman that has money cannot be with a man that doesn't. Right? Because I don't want to be with a man that I earn more than. I don't want to be with a man that I have more money than. I don't want to answer yes, sir. I legit saw a tweet where someone had said that she had been dating somebody for like 3 years and he proposed and she said no. And her sister was like, why? And she said because she doesn't want to be explaining the reason for her finances to somebody every day. Right. And so in my head, it was like, you dated this person for 3 years.
What were you expecting? Not to marry him?
Like, if you knew that you did not want to get to that point, were you still in the relationship?
Why 3 years?
And then you come online to make it look like, because in my head I was like, you two, you are a bad person, because in my head I was like, you are an absolutely terrible person, because the only reason why you're making this tweet is to kind of shame this man for something, right? And try to make it look like he has insecurities. But even as women, when we don't have money and we are with men that have more money than us, we have insecurities because we know that he can go outside and probably cheat. He can go outside and do something else and all of those because he has the finances and then we don't. So how do you manage such a situation as a woman? And then in the case where you are doing things to save the days because you can, and like she has said, sometimes men don't want you to jump in and save the day, but you have to save the day in that period. What is the best way to communicate or to handle that situation with any type of man? And I'm not giving you a type of man because I don't want to nuance it. So yeah.
Yes, even if you gave me a kind of man, it will not still serve the purpose of every man. So I think that your question about how someone who is earning more than their partner, if a woman is earning more than her partner, how will she handle it? Or how can she show up? How can she hold back from showing up when he needs the help? Is that what you want to know? Or how can she manage being in a long-term relationship? Do you see, this is another instance where she's earning more than him. Do you see? So I feel like, okay.
No, because it's just more how she can handle that kind of nuanced situation.
Okay. I feel like at the end of the day, all of us, the way we show up in relationships, in situations, is based on a story that we know, a story that we have told ourselves, or a story that we believe that is the most favorable ending for all of us. The way I think about relationship is like this garden in Dubai, the miracle garden in Dubai. There is a gardener, and that garden is very beautiful. When you go there, it's lovely, everything is amazing. But it was a gardener that made sure that it was that way. This is what the man is a bridegroom. He grooms that garden to make sure that it is beautiful. But one of the things that occurs in the process of grooming or gardening, in the process of being in the relationship, yeah, if the man is the gardener, the woman is the miracle garden of Dubai, is that the garden teaches the gardener as the gardener learns as well from the flowers. So if you are in a relationship, you will know, like she said, you learn each other and you learn from each other. If you are in a relationship where there's some people, what they earn is not a problem, that's not what is going to cause an issue based on the story, the context with which they live their life. But there are some people, it's important that the man should earn more than them because they can begin to disrespect them. Why? There's a story from where they were coming from. So how you handle it is, what do you want your own relationship to be? What have you learned from this man? What has this man taught you about himself to help you stay or exit the relationship? Because it's true, it doesn't mean that you are a bad person if you want to live a relationship where you are earning more than the person. You just cannot handle it. But what is the assurance that you are going to, the next person is going to earn more than you? Do you understand? So I believe that in being in relationships with people, we should learn about them first. When you're like this person that dated, the example you gave for 3 years, maybe there were things that he taught her about himself that made her say no when he proposed. It's not to say that I have been there where you're not going to get married. Maybe she was waiting that, before marriage, he will get it. But at that point, she has seen that if she enters, this is more permanent. That was why she stepped back. Maybe
it was because of the reason she gave in her tweets. Like the reason in her
tweets are 160 words and 240. She cannot say so much. Do you understand? And the guy as well, we don't know who he is. If both of them come and tell us their context, then we can know what she taught him about the money that she has that made him, because maybe she's always taking care of him and doing everything. He's like, I don't. This place is we're chilling here, so like she said, do you want to suffer?
Suffer.
You're right. This is because how they preach it sometimes in church. A man who finds a wife has found a good and obtained favor. So she's showing him favor. She's paying his bills. Maybe that's why he too is saying, oh yeah, now let me marry her. So she taught him that he can. What's the word? He can float. He can go with the flow with her. And it's only dead fish that go with the flow. Do you get? So I believe that the way women can handle situations where they're earning more or not is what this lady is very brilliant. What she said is about learning the person that you are with. That I have two brothers. One of them, if he wants to talk to you about something important, he comes and sits down with you. He sits down, he doesn't say anything. So you notice that, why are you beside me? And then the first time, I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I want to talk to you. I dropped my phone and I talked. But the next time, when he sat that close, I dropped my phone and waited. So I've learned that when it comes to sit this close, this is what he wants to do. So in relationships as well, we learn the people that we are in. We don't bring the context. This is like what I said about my brother. I'm not going to say, oh, when a guy comes to sit close to me. No, I learn what that is, what language is communicating as well. If you have money, more money than the person that you are in a relationship with, did you not know before you got in? Maybe you didn't know. Then when you entered and you realized, oh, can I handle it? Can I have that conversation first with yourself, then with him, see what his responses are. See if he made promises to you, then maybe like she waited 3 years to see if his promises are lies. And then she can say no, or you can see counseling if you believe in his capacity or potentials. I feel like there are patterns littered everywhere as we go on in life with family, friends, at work. There are patterns everywhere. We just decide what we will do with those patterns.
That's quite interesting. Something that you said just made me think about, you know, when people talk about communication, people think you always have to talk. Because most people feel like communication is, she has to tell me, or if you cannot come and say what's wrong with him, he should get out. Like if you cannot talk, he should get out. Because there are very few people who realize that sitting down close to you and keeping quiet means I want to talk to you, but I'm waiting for you. It's like how people don't understand that if you are out on a date with somebody, you can actually leave your phone in the car or you leave your phone turned upside down. Then the person understands that, okay, we're here to have like a good time. But some people rather be on their phone and say, what's that? I should not press my phone because I'm talking to you. As that's like emotional or intelligence in the mud.
But the truth is that, like I said about the miracle garden of Dubai, it didn't arrive there like that. Someone put in the work. So I think there's also the part that we have to speak to men. You are a groom. You groom. If this woman, you like her, you're interested in her, be willing to put in the work. Don't say it's because she showed up on the first date and she was pressing her phone. Maybe that's the story she knows. But if you are the head here, if you want to lead this relationship, you should have a rule now. When everybody was going to the wedding that they went to at the Queen's Palace, the Queen of England, everybody dressed according to the standards of the palace. If you show up at a date with a lady who you like, who you think maybe it, and she's not behaving like the standards in your palace, you teach her. You don't say, that day she did this, she did that, and you leave. You will continue living, and at the end of the day, it is the shrubs that they cut off from the miracle garden that you may receive.
Now that you've entered there, let me go to my next question. But to Mo, do you think men are taught emotional intelligence from a young age? Wait now. Well, I think we can object to that because a few women are taught when they are growing up, when you're speaking to a man, you have to reduce your voice. Actually, when you're speaking to a man, you have to do this. Like I know someone who said that her mother had told her that when you're speaking to a man, you don't look him in the eyes. I say, my mother will be disappointed because my own mother told me that if you're speaking to somebody, you look at them in their eyes. But she said her mother said if you're speaking to a man, especially somebody you want to get married to, you don't look him in the eye because it's disrespectful.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Like, so there are men that exist within the context of what
of that,
said.
right?
Yes.
But again, what I'm speaking to is I said that I'm men taught in emotional intelligence, and he said no, it has to come with experience. But I feel like experience is a bad teacher if you have to experience everything. right?
Can I chime in?
Yeah, but like my question is for more. Wait.
Hold on.
I'm raising two sons, right? And I'm being very deliberate to teach them emotional intelligence because I've seen that that's a gap in our society when it comes to raising the boy child or raising children generally. And it's in that parenting style where if my son should come up to me and cry about something he's struggling to understand, the parents that I came from, their response is, come on, get ready from there, be a man, go and figure it out. Why are you crying? Don't cry everywhere. Sometimes they would punish you, and then when you're crying about the pain, they say, don't cry. All those things are training the individual that emotions they're not validated, they're not acceptable, they are not correct. So and it's girls kind of get away with that, but boys specifically are. And even till today, I'm protecting my children from people say, why is he crying like that? He should be a man. Boys don't cry. I'm protecting him desperately. Instead, what I do is, when I see that my son is going through something emotionally, my instinct always jumps and says, tell him to stop crying. I'm like, no. First of all, explain that emotion to him. You are frustrated right now because you don't understand how to play this game. You are sad because your friend didn't come as promised. You are angry because your brother has done this. Let him begin to understand what emotions are. And second, I hug him. I say, if you need a hug, I can give you. What do you need from me right now? I need a hug. Take. What do you need? I need someone to sit by me. I sit by him quietly. Because he needs to understand that it is okay to express emotions. And I'm hoping that a lot of moms are like me all over the world. And we are beginning to shape that narrative for men to understand. Because the more he understands that his emotions are okay, he begins to understand that the other person's emotions are okay. And a woman's emotion, if she cries, it's okay. She can now sit down and say, okay, do you need a hug? And she says, yes. And he holds, as against what is obtainable, is like, why are you crying? You are trying to manipulate me with your tears. No. Or where he turns away and goes, I don't want to, why are you crying? No. He understands that this is a woman's way of expressing. Just like when I was young, I could express this way and it's okay. So to answer your question directly, I don't think, parenting allowed for, men to understand emotions or emotional intelligence. But, we can change it, as we go along.
Do you want to say something, Joy?
No, I agree with her.
I think there was something he said where he said you go along with it. I think some of us right now it started like this. So, but some of us have had to learn on the journey, and it's very important. And I think in the context of also talking about women, men should begin to know that being emotionally intelligent is even for themselves first of all, so that the woman that you now want to settle with, when you still get on that journey with her, there's still a lot more learning to still happen. But I feel like a lot of men just wing it and think, you take me like that, I don't do wing gam since. Yes, you don't do wing gam since, but now you're bringing somebody in. Like, you can stay alone and do it. It works for you. But when somebody has come in and you say, okay, I'm bringing this person in, it is important to now start. That's why it's good to do the work, part of it on the journey. And I say, what you were not taught as a child is not your fault. But what you did not learn as an adult is your fault. So while we are winging it and going ahead, to also be able to help the woman that is with us, we must begin to try to understand what being able to express is. And that's why I tell people, I say, the word, men don't have emotions is wrong. We all have emotions. But are we able to express it? That's what some of us don't know or have not learned how to do as men.
Understand.
It's important. It's important. It's important. Okay, see, hold this thought. I will personally come to you. I want to know why. Your opinion is very important.
Sorry, we're getting to questions very soon.
Very soon.
But now that we're at emotional intelligence, right, for women, because this is understanding her, not understanding him.
Yes.
My question would be, what emotional needs do women have that men often overlook?
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
No, it's for women.
Okay. So I think if I want to speak in the context, and I think we are mostly adults here, sometimes in the context of marriage, maybe, or in a partnership. Sometimes men underestimate the need for a woman to express herself without somebody solving the problem and somebody judging her. Yeah. So that listening.
Like sometimes we just want to talk.
But
Yeah.
We don't need you
came
to
for
do
me.
anything.
Yeah.
Mr. Fix It. That is Chike.
That is one need that I see a lot. And it's not men's fault. They just are wired to solve problems, it comes with that masculinity, and and that's a good thing. A man who doesn't solve problems is a problem. So his job is to see it, fix it, move on. So he brings that masculinity into the feminine world. But a woman really is just, at that point, we deal with our issues through our emotions. Yeah, so it's as we feel it that we deal with it. And sometimes we need a safe space where we can feel without judgment and without someone trying to fix it. Fixing it is one way telling us that we do not have the capacity to, which is very untrue. Fixing it sometimes is jumping the gun and assuming so many things. I've not even given you enough data to make enough information. So, and then you're now fixing it. So your fixing is not actually accurate. So all of that annoys women. So the thing we really want men to get when it comes to understanding our emotions is allow us go through our emotional process. What I usually would advise is, please ask her. Every woman is different. What do you need from me right now?
How can I help you now?
What do you need from me right now? What do you need from me? Oh, I need you to just listen. I want to tell you about my boss. Okay. And very important when a woman asks that you listen is to validate. Even if you don't agree. A lot of men don't understand that. I've seen a lot of men argue with me that, what do you mean? It's incorrect. I say, that's not the time. Just validate. No matter, the boss
if she says that person is wicked, just
the
say
person
yes,
is
the
a
person
wicked.
is
Why? What
wicked.
kind of wicked man is that, my
Don't
baby?
go and start saying he's not wicked. I think you
Why,
don't understand.
you need to be calming down. The man, I'm sure, is trying to help you grow. That's not what I want to hear. There's a time for that, okay? There's a time to tell me, you know what? Let's look at that thing really. Maybe he's helping you. But at that point in time when I'm processing it, I'm going through my emotions, please allow me and validate me. Sometimes she just needs you to give her a hug. She just needs somebody to give her that emotional connection. Just figure out what your woman wants at that time and give it to her.
All right, Joy.
Yes, I agree. I agree with her. There's sometimes when women are crying, they're crying because they know what they could have done to that person. But they have home training, but you are their guy. And in that place, they were embarrassed you. So that's why they came home and didn't do anything. So their tears is already your fault. If not for you, I will change her for that guy. But now that I know, just keep quiet and listen to me cry. Don't try to, like just what she said. Allow her go through this emotional process, and then you can have conversations. And this conversation is you mostly listening. When at that point, because we know that you are wise, you have insights, you are a man, you can almost immediately pick what that man was saying or what whoever annoyed her. Because now you were not in the situation, so you can be objective. You can see that, but you too, why did you say this? But that's not the point, the time to say that. Allow her go through the motions. There are some women, while they are telling you what happened, they will pause and be like, oh, I think I shouldn't have done that. They have arrived where you need them to get to, but they arrived there because you listen. So just listen. I'm telling you, I feel like if men listen to what the woman said, not what their mother said when she was in that situation, not what their friend said when they were in that situation. Listen, the Bible says that God made Eve. She was a woman fit, helpmeet fit. So this woman that you are with, she's the one that is fit for you. Don't bring other women into the context of our emotional process. Please, except if they are maybe professional counselors or therapists, but allow her go through that process. Listen to her at that point. And I'm sure that every help that you have to give her will be welcome, will be more, the impact of that help will cause her to now even glorify you. Because what you will see now that you have listened and told her, oh, this is what I think you should have done later, is that there was a problem and you solved it. So when next there's an opportunity for a meltdown, she knows that she can go to you. She won't melt down. I'm going home. I'll call this guy. Because the last time he understood it and we arrived here. So she also shows up better in her office. And when she thinks about it, see, men, this thing is for your own good. When she thinks about it, in the heat of the problem, she's like, no, this man can solve it. This person, he will know what to do, so I'll be fine. Let them.
Can I even, because that is so good. I want to give an example. So I was at work and I had a miserable time with one of my bosses. So I went to the server room. We have a big server room. And I went and cried there. And because of the way my husband has grown to learn how to manage me in that stage, he was the first person I wanted to talk to. So I called him and said, and he just said, I'm coming. He left whatever he was doing wherever he was. And he showed up with the car and he said, get in. And I got in. And he didn't ask me anything. He just allowed me to go. And I cried. And that is the power of a man who has mastered the art of being with the woman just the way she wants in those seasons. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Greeting, sir. Under your tutelage, I'm come. All right.
Okay. So I think my last question for the night will be, what daily... I'm asking my last question so that we can come to you. What daily habits help men understand women better? Today is National Women's Day.
Today is Women's Day. Last month and in November we had men. We talked about men, everything men. I mean that was when Men's Month really happened and men's mental health and all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there habits, even before habits, safe? A lot of women in relationships, like they're in relationships, like good, to them is good relationship. Let me give you an example. I read a story recently on Dang that I said to my friend, I said, what is good about this man? So the story, the woman is married. According to her husband is great with the kids, sometimes helps at home, but he doesn't really aspire to anything. And it got to a point, he got very safe with her handling all the bills, right? Doesn't give her anything. She gives him money. It got to a point, and she doesn't even he doesn't let her rest. And it got to a point, to her, fortunately, she got a job outside the state somewhere else. And she moved with the kids. The plan was with his work, with his small work that he handles, he will come meet them once in a while. She said she later found out that the man quit his job and moved to join them. Moved to join them there. And was now balanced. Man was good. He was balanced. He will help her with the children, he'll bath them, take them to school. But she was doing majority of the financial bills. Now she said, these were her words, that this man is a good man. But she feels very unloved in the relationship. And a lot of women actually feel like this, where they are in a relationship. I mean, now our generation says that a lot of our mothers, they were not loved. You see men and women in relationships where it feels like they're just cohabiting. I mean, we've done this for 10 years. Let's continue. What's the need of going somewhere else?
For the children.
Let's do for the children. You have many excuses like that. First of all, I'm tempted to ask the question, how do people get to that place, especially women? But then, what are the things that happen in relationships where women can be in those relationships and they still feel very unloved?
Sorry, before you guys take that question, because I also want to ask, do you know whether she chipped in if, since the man quit his job, went to the other town, didn't think of, trying to get a job there, and also, as he was always at home, he didn't used to take care of other things at home, since she was the one really was really busy working. Do you know if the man was doing all of that? Did she give that context?
No, she just said he just plays with the kids once in a while, but she comes home to do the house chores and stuff.
Okay. I want to just dabble. I think I'll leave the top one for you. I will take the easier one.
No, I just know that my question is, many women feel unseen and unloved in their relationships, right? Yeah. And to be very honest, it's very crazy that they feel like that, and the men are like, but I love her now. Oh, wow. I used to show her love.
Wow. Okay. Well, for me, I'm learning most recently the beauty of boundaries, right? And I think to answer the question directly,
thank you.
How did we get here? I mean, I'm sure before she decided to marry that man, she had expectations and she saw that this man would meet those expectations. Apparently, maybe one of them was, okay, financial contribution would be one of the, or financial ownership, depending on the woman, one of them. And then because that expectation is not being met, is why she's now feeling bad and complaining, right? So at every point in marriage, there should be a part where if you feel like your expectations are not being met, you should communicate it. Like, and when you're communicating, women tend to sometimes communicate from a place of emotion. It is never really wise because man, woman, dog, cow, chicken will not hear you. Anytime you are communicating from a place of emotion, the person is defensive. So when the woman comes, where did you do that? That is what they will now tag as though she's nagging, But the very first step usually would be, and clearly that woman had gotten to that place because she had not communicated her expectations and she had not started setting boundaries, right? So how do you now do that? Number one, you communicate in a very, safe and calm way. Oh, this is my expectation. This is how I feel when you don't meet this expectation. What can we do together to make sure that we can meet this expectation? Reasonable human beings usually will adjust, especially if they want the marriage to work. If after doing all of that hard work, and the person is not holding their own, because at the end of the day, marriage is two responsible adults. So if the individual is not acting in a sense like a responsible adult, is when you now begin to consider things like boundaries. Like, okay, see, can we agree that if you do not do this, that, I have no choice but to now get some counselor to help us. I have no choice but to now do this. I have no choice but to block this card. Those are boundaries that you are setting to protect yourself from this feeling that she's now feeling and going on social media and saying, this is what I'm going through. I think that setting boundaries allows your partner to see that the situation is now becoming very serious. And I am having no choice but to now take actions and steps to move us to a more responsible place. And I feel like that's the best way to handle that situation. Over to you.
Thank you. Another thing that I think you touched on it as well is I do it in my friendships a lot. I've done it for many years. At the end of each year, I send my friends like 5 questions. How did I serve you? Which character of God do I remind you of?
You never sent me this question before.
You are not yet my friend.
Wow.
Wow.
What character? What do you think that I should change? What do you think I've done for so long that is wrong that I should change? Every year, I send it to them. Not all of them answers. So imagine that, and this happened to me, I think it was last year. One person that sent this question to maybe for 7 years, to be fair to him, then says something that I feel like he could have put in the context of, I just felt blindsided and I was very angry. Because now that you're saying it, when did I begin? When could you? Do you understand? So it's the same thing that she said. You cannot suddenly arrive and be like, oh, he's not working, he's not doing anything. What have you communicated? I believe in marriage, in dating, in whatever relationships, you should sit together and review it. Am I loving you the way you want to be loved? Before we had our first child, I was loving you a certain way. But now that we have our first child, me too, I have never been a mother. So where I am now, I'm not sure that I'm loving you right. Are you being loved right? You say, every time I see my son, I'm loved. Okay. So what I'm doing, whether it's good or bad, I proceed and apply more power. Do you understand? So I feel like in that kind of relationship, where you see that one person is not meeting expectation, yes, maybe it wasn't communicated, but now we are in the marriage. What can we do? Let's begin to review. Am I the wife you wanted? Yes, you are using your money, you are paying the bills, you don't complain, you support me, you allow me be the man without putting pressure on me. You now say, me, I feel pressured and I'm not the woman that I thought I would be when I'm. So we have now started having the conversations, and then from there we can bring, even the Bible says you tell them first. If they say you bring an elder, then you expose them to the church, then you now treat them like you can then move away from such a relationship if they don't change. Do you understand? So, but if you are already, before you are in it, I also think that we do not effectively milk the juice or the goodness that exists in friendship. When I was growing up, it was when Twitter came that I knew that boys and girls cannot be besties. I didn't know it before Twitter. I didn't know that people that said they were friends used to sleep with it. I didn't know that.
I promise you, I was also on that. I didn't know that men and women could not be friends.
So when
it was Twitter that said that goat and yam no used to stay in the same place.
Social media.
If goat and yam stay in the same place, they will eat the yam and they will chop the goat.
It was very strange to me because I feel like these are some of the things that you learn in being in being friends with the opposite sex. And this is not to say that that these things that we just said or that was put on Twitter are not true, but it is to say that even though those are true, there's also the truth that you can benefit a lot from your interactions with other human beings. You cannot appear in a marriage and think, or people, especially when people say emotional intelligence, self-awareness, you cannot be self-aware on your own. Yes. You cannot be emotionally intelligent by yourself. All these lessons you need them within the context of community. And so if you are learning about a woman with guys, you will go there again. Adam had animals, and I feel like the reason why God brought woman was that the women, the animals were giving the vibes of men. No disrespect, but you would have just continued to be hard. But he brought the woman to complement him. So as we go about, even at work, all these office wife, all those things, they are not for nonsense. They are for you to gain knowledge of this other species that exists in this world with you, that you would interact with whether you want or not. Or if you do not want, if you and your wife, you exist in a bubble, you are emotionally intelligent, you are perfect, you are ideal, you homeschool, your child will still go out and interact with the opposite.
Wow.
Are you prepared to handle it? Will you keep telling them, no, it's a lie, it's not true? Okay, they go out and it's true. Do you see? So I believe that in communities, in conversations like this, in interacting with people who do not really believe as we believe, we will come to gain valuable knowledge that we can apply in the most important relationship that we have besides our relationship with God. So if this man that you married, that she's married, what was the situation with his friends? Did she not see him with friends? Did they have friends? The friends too, were they always at home? His father, how was his father in the father's relationship with the mother? Was this what he saw growing up? Was this what was modeled? That a woman who loves a man does all the work and the man just helps to, when people say help, it annoys me. We help her to take care of his own children. That is, any day he says that we will remove their blood.
See, that thing there.
Add my father's name.
Annoys me. Because what do you mean you are helping me to train your own children?
Okay, so, but how you can get the knowledge of who, how you can get, not the full knowledge, but you can get an idea of the kind of person this person is from their interactions with other people. Do they have a good report? The people that are saying that they are good, are those people good? Do you agree that those people are good?
You know what it reminds me of? Those days where before you get married to somebody, you people go and ask around. Because you go and ask around, like, how is this person's character? Does he greet people when he sees them? Or he will just
collect
pass?
data.
Because that's how you know if he's going to greet you in the morning. Or if he's not going to answer you in the morning.
Don't reduce it to that. Sometimes you will not greet.
I mean, of course, I'm kidding, but like,
but yes, I feel like more robust interactions with other people, with one another, recognizing that we cannot exist. We cannot exist in a silos. We cannot exist in isolation, and that we can learn from our interactions with other people. And when we are in these relationships, we should have conversations, communication. Oh, I dated for 10 years. We talked. Oh, we always talk. I love you. I can't wait for you to be mother of my children. How will we pay for those children?
all right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Roger. So we're going to question time.
Before we go to the questions, I think there's something also that I just wanted us to also throw light on, and maybe I'll just say it. We human beings were not built to do life alone. We're not built to be alone. So I know that sometimes we've been hurt and we say, oh, I don't want anybody again, or I enjoy myself, I enjoy my space. Don't worry, a time will come. The true self of us who just wants to interact, even just with that one special person, will show up. And also, you said something where the lady said, and he loves me. See, I've come to agree. Number one, love is enough. And number two, love is consideration. Love is showing up. Love is setting boundaries. That's one thing people have not agreed to when it comes to loving. I can love you, but if I see there are certain things that you need to stand up to, I will set the boundaries in the way it will communicate that I love you, but you will know that I'm also trying to help you, not because I hate you. And people don't like to accept that love comes grounded. And the love, oh, he loves me sometimes.
Sorry, can I interrupt you? I know it's your show, but I have
Yeah,
a
that's
question.
okay. That's okay.
So, when we say love, Bella, where's Bella clapping? When
She's giving us
when-
audience has to speak.
when we say that love boundaries, so I want you to clear. I want you to shed more light on it, because if I'm in a relationship, like a marriage relationship, for
Yes,
instance, where I'm very transparent,
Yes.
so I feel like the transparency in that love in that relationship already compels me to change it for you if you need it, to bend. Do you get, for us to have these serious conversations? So when you say boundaries within the context of intimacy, how does that look like?
So that is discipline. And like you just said, you can use the word change it for you. But I'm not changing it for you because I want to shout at you or anything. But I'm changing it for you with, okay, I think we have to be serious about certain things that you are not doing.
Because now I have to choose myself.
Not in the sense of choosing myself, but in the sense that if you do not do this, it will affect me negatively and will turn also affect you. So, but because I don't want it to be that way, we must look into this and fix it together.
Thank you. Because like I said, I don't like all the languages people throw
Throw
around.
around.
So
Thank
define
you
your
very
own.
much. Thank you
Let's
very
go.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think our people really wants to. They have a lot.
I'm not gonna say we should direct them to the mic though.
Oh, the mic stand.
Yes. So we have a mic stand, and the mic is ready. So if you have a question, I mean, okay. If you have a contribution and a question, please you can go to the mic.
Hello, ladies. First things all, thank you to our man, the only man on top of the panel. Big. Great. My first question was the first point you were talking about how a man deals with emotions and everything. Us as men, a woman that we're in a relationship with will never understand what we're going through. So when we say we've got things covered, like rent, madam, I've forgotten your name.
Joy.
John?
Joy.
Joy, as you said, like a man would not understand, like, oh, there's rent being paid and everything. That's a man's thing.
I didn't say that. Did I say that?
Oh, sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. But from that moment, like a man's ability to understand what we need to do as a man for our family is two different things. Yes, you can complain and say, oh, listen, the car's broken, whatever. But we have to, as a man, understand, like, we're going to sort out our family home. So that pressure, on top of that, what I'm trying to get at is, as women, understand where you come from, for sure. But I also need you guys to understand where a man's pressures are, that I don't think were discussed in this moment of time, that we need to deal with. Yes, you can say as a man, hey, listen, there's so much pressure here. Oh, you're getting fetched from work. You've got your man right there. Yes, he can come and fetch you from work. But at the same time, what that man is going through when he comes to fetch you from work is 10 times more. But he doesn't just show it to you because he's got it covered. So, for all, I know it's Women's Day. I appreciate it. I love all the women. But I also need to understand that us men also go through enough that we hide for your pleasure. Yeah, that's me.
That's such a good
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think I got what she was the one that said something about rent, and it was even in line with. I think maybe you didn't understand. She said that it's important that the woman should allow the man even take the responsibility that he ought to do. Where she said sometimes you just want to show up and do his responsibility. That it's important you also allow him do his responsibility. I think the part you now added also was she should also know that there are battles he is fighting and is keeping it in. And I think that's why I also now asked, how can a man unpack and be vulnerable around the things that are going through him?
I
is
think
important.
it also ties into, when we had the men's conversation and Eric was like, just let the man be. And then a lot of times,
Yes.
because sometimes I think, especially, I'm not saying all women, but it feels like recently in our generation, women kind of underplay the pressure that men go through,
Very true.
right? Because it's more like everything has to be for the pleasure of
Yes.
the woman. Everything has to be about taking you out. Everything has to be about buying you wigs. Everything has to be about taking you on a yacht. Like International Women's Day, if you don't take me out when they are taking all the other women out, like you have a problem, and you cannot even begin to see where the man is at because you have like a picture in your head that just has to be fulfilled first. Before every other thing, right? So I also think that it's a thing about International Women's Day too, because women also, to be like a woman that a man can be vulnerable to, you have to be a woman that can see a man.
From his standpoint.
Right, you also have to be able to see a man, and not a lot of people can see,
Amazing.
even though you have eyes.
Amazing. Please, questions, more questions, contributions. We are looking for it. Okay. Do you want to say something, sir?
All right, Amaka, do you have questions or anything?
So anybody has any question, contribution?
I do have. No, him on red one had a question, but I don't know if his hand is still up.
I think he's so much in his conversation with Kelvin. No, not Kevin. Him. You wanted to ask or say something? Yes.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. I'm 56 years old. I've
Easy.
been married for 28 years.
Woo! Please, before
So-
you say something, please jam your hands to that.
We're about to have a master class.
Yeah, so I'm giving a different perspective,
Amazing.
life experiences. And the key thing that it's really important in relationships is the fact that when you meet, and when you meet when you're young, there are different values, there are different connects, there are whatever. And but we all evolve, we all change. There's a transition in life. We all transit. Now, one of the key things for men, and I will say, is respect. It comes in different tangent, but men are wired to respect. It comes in financial, it comes in emotional, it comes whatever. Now, women are more emotionally mature than men. So there are different stages in life. The women are far advanced in that emotional relationship than men. Men are behind the curve and they will evolve to it. So one of the challenges that happens is when we transition from that stages, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, things change. But the fundamental that you've got to understand the responsibilities of men. And men have a lot of responsibilities. Likewise, women also give. And so when there's a disconnect and where things go wrong is where you can say it's communication, you can say it doesn't talk, but it's that understanding. And if there's an understanding where, okay, this is how men are, they will provide. They understand their responsibilities. But at some point in time, there will be a disconnect. It is understanding where that disconnect happens and how you manage that disconnect. And so you can have all the financials, you can have all the money in the world. Still, there will be a disconnect. You can have zero money and there will be that disconnect. So therefore, in that relationship, I started with that word respect. Men are wired in a very strange way that one thing is just that respect. And our parents and our grandparents, understood that. They understood that. And you can say in the modern world, oh no, why should I be holden? Why should I do this? One of the reasons why we are the third generation, the fourth generations, yeah, it didn't work out. There was an element of, male, whatever. They understood how they managed that relationship. And I believe that fundamental is that token of respect. Men thrive on respect. How you quantify it, how it is expressed, is up to that management of that relationship between two people. There are many examples of when women are the breadwinners, and it never ever shows. It never ever shows. But because they understood that management of that relationship, you will find that they thrive and they still stay together. Where the disconnect happens is where I don't know, modern nature, modern emancipation, modern things. Of course, there should be gender equality. There should be so many things that would happen. But what happens is the fact that we miss that connect. And it cuts both ways. It cuts between how that man feels, how that woman feels, and once there's that disconnect, it's very, very, very hard to fix.
Sorry, I want to come in. I want to come in before like you go to your seat because I like how you started, but I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question for you because you've been married for years, right?
Yeah.
Now, the disconnect you're speaking to is the truth, right? But what do you say to, because you mentioned like the modern emancipation and everything, right? And for me, it's a thing of women trying to get the men to see them. Because, like you said, in most relationships in the other generations where women lead and not necessarily lead, but like handle the financials, and people do not know, is because as much a woman wants to keep her marriage and respect her man and keep her home. Now, but some people have the experience, which is not all, some have an experience where even whilst doing that, there's no help in any way from that man, but he still wants the respect.
No, definitely.
So sorry. So that's the question. I don't know if you phrase it properly. I think the question is, let's be strict. The woman is showing up, respecting, and she still now carries a lot of also responsibility and respecting the man in the context of where you said some women are breadwinners. How can the man just show up for her while she's respecting him? I think that's what you're trying to talk about, Zora, right?
It reverts back to respect. He respects her position in that relationship.
Fantastic.
So it's respect for both of them, right?
Yes.
So it's not really just respect is important to the man, but it's also just as important to the woman.
Yes, especially when the roles are reversed. Men are wired, no matter what you will ever say, men are wired they want respect. But in a situation where the roles are reversed, he will respect her. He will not disrespect her in that situation. And so therefore, she will feel that, okay, he is respecting what I'm doing, and that's how it works. Because he's understood, he's read the room, he's read the respect, whatever it is, he cannot meet the financial, he cannot whatever, but he will not disrespect what she's doing. And once that is established, you will find that, and like I said, there are many relationships that occurs where it works, and you see them 30 years, 40 years, But unfortunately, in the modern world that we are now, there is men must provide, men must do this, and then men will do. But when a woman is also it's in a better situation to that, if she does not understand that even though he may not be able to provide, but he does not disrespect her when she's providing that, or she feels like, well, I'm doing this and you're doing that, and there's a disconnect. No matter what she's doing, a man will find it difficult.
To show up.
A man will find it difficult. But if she does not, I don't know how you want to say it. If she understands,
yes,
and she covers,
yes,
men, we can go to spiritual. Men should cover. We are the head. We should cover. There are situations in life where the woman will cover. But if she understands that I'm covering, but whatever role that I'm playing, that I'm covering, I still kind of behold that you are still the person.
Yes.
He will not disrespect her. It's when he feels that, well, you're covering, I'm not doing anything. I don't feel that I'm the one that is providing. Men will switch off. Men will just, behave in the most abnormal, irresponsible way. And so therefore it leads to that disconnect. And once that disconnect happens, it's very, very, very difficult to bridge. So the key thing is to not allow that disconnect to happen. Because once it happens,
repair is hard.
It's extremely, extremely hard for two people to, no matter how much love, and relationships, like what I said, we evolve. From the moment you meet to as you evolve, we all change. And the person you marry, you'll be thinking, oh, that's not the person I married. This is a person who's not different, blah, blah, blah. And so in that journey, in that 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 27 years, if you don't understand, you will disconnect. And then it will lead to just,
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I said we were going to be a master class.
You said we have a question online? Oh, okay.
We have a question online. Yeah. Oh, this is your online question. Jesus.
Okay, let's take it sharply.
My girlfriend gets upset when I cancel our plans to hang out with friends. She says she understands, but later tells me she felt unimportant. I didn't mean to hurt her. What is she really trying to communicate? And how can I make her feel valued while maintaining my friendships?
This again, I feel like it depends on the context of when he has to hang out with his friends. If he knows that they're like hangouts with, because guys, they habitually, like when there's football season, there's a lot of hangouts during that period. If there's hangouts like every Friday with the boys, like I feel like the lady would already know that there is a standing, unless he became friends with these boys after his relationship with her. But if there was already an existing community before the relationship, then I feel like this is one of the things that you should also tell her that, oh, I'm hanging out with the boys. And even if he doesn't tell her, she would know that, oh, every Friday he's hanging, for example, he's hanging with the boys. So when they're setting a date night, she can help him, seeing that it has become like a habitual thing where he cancels for the boys, is that they have a standing date night, for example, except it's their anniversaries or anything. Maybe their date night can be Tuesday. So no matter what was to happen, Tuesday is far from Friday. And when it's impromptu, when any of the boys are like, oh, let's hang out, we're meeting up here on a Tuesday, he should prioritize that meetup, his relationship, and say, oh, Friday, if you want to meet up Friday, any year, any day out there, but Tuesdays are for my babe. I think that can help them if they have a schedule somewhat around their dating as well. I also think that communication helps. A woman wants to feel valued in the, even though me too, I would be like, yes, I'm not, I get it, it's your friends. Because in my mind, your mind should also tell you that this thing you just did is not good. Why will you cancel on me for boys? Boys that they will still be, if those boys are so important, why are you not with them? Why are you with me?
Marry them.
Why are you not dating them?
Why are you not getting there? Chicken, so I feel like just, first of all, understanding where he is within the context of his community. Who are your important guys? Because guys, they also have groups. Like, people can sit at a table every year for 10 years and they don't know anything about each other. They don't, now that table that they meet. So if the hangout you're counseling for is that one that is not of depth or substance, I'll be arguing. Yes,
I know.
But if it's like your guys that I know, then
Your
yes,
Gs.
let's work around it. Can you communicate to them that, oh, let's meet once a week, and that weekday should not clash with mine. In the case that it clashes, I expect that
Communicate.
you should choose me over them.
Fantastic. All right, thank you so much. This has been an amazing conversation. If you are not following the Unbothered Show on social media, please bring out your phone, go on Instagram, go on TikTok, type the Unbothered Show.
The Unbothered
Please
Show.
follow us. If you see our videos, comment, share, like. We are begging you. If you want to catch up on more of our videos, we are on your favorite podcast. And also, we post the aftermath of these conversations on YouTube. So you can watch all of them. You can share with your friends who you know this can bless. And we are also happy to have had you as our audience this night. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful night.